Hey, here I am, and welcome back. My name's Nathan, and if you're into urban sketching, you're in the right place. I'm here in a very busy, noisy Barcelona because I'm going to do a field test of the products that were sent to me for review by ShinHan Arts. They've sent me a small urban sketching kit, and I'm going to use that to sketch this. This is Torre Glòries in Barcelona. I was going to sketch it from the other side, but there's lots of roadworks going on. It's very noisy. It's going to be very uncomfortable. So instead, I'm down here and I'm going to try and get a bit of perspective on this as well. So let's get into it. Oh, Popo are here. Okay, let's see. I'm not bothered about that. I'm going to paint over it anyway. If we imagine that there are thirds going across here, I want this tower on this third, or maybe just off center of the third, a little bit higher at the bottom there, and then we're going to have some trees at a third of the way up of that. So the trees are going to be about there. So I'm going to maybe just start with the trees first because they are going to be in the foreground, and we've also got a perspective of this street coming down here towards us, kind of in this direction. Everything's getting smaller that way and bigger this way for the trees. So our vanishing point is going to be somewhere over here, and this is the lines that we're going to follow. I mean, the trees go all the way along, so I'm just going to start by doing some little like leafy shapes. Some big ones here. There we go, just so I can see how big I'm going to go. There's a bit of a gap for the trees there because there's a street that goes down there. Add in some more thicker trunks as we're coming down. It's actually quite a big tree here close to us. So let's add those in there. Okay. Actually here, where this comes out, there is a traffic light, which in my view actually comes here, but I'm going to move it to here. Here is my traffic light. And that goes down here by these trees. Actually a street sign on there, and some more traffic lighty things. And this street actually comes most directly towards me. That street goes down there, as it does. Some more trees on that. It's quite a nice little green area here actually. There are some motorbikes parked here. This is a crossing, pedestrian crossing. Okay, the top of this tower. This looks a little bit dodgy, I do apologise. It's kind of loose. There we go, it looks less dodgy now. Didn't mean to scare any of you there. It's not becoming that kind of channel, I promise. I'm using a continuous line here to help me keep it loose and not to get too bogged down in the details. And now I'm not doing continuous line. You can do continuous line sporadically when you feel like you're being a bit stiff. Just do a little bit of continuous line and let it all merge together. So maybe I'll do a car here from behind. Let's see. It's kind of a car. No, you know, it's a street with it's like a baby buggy car, like a Fisher-Price one, but never mind. That's okay. I'm going to draw a little border just on this corner. And then I'm going to let that come into a border down here. Okay, just a super quick sketch. Let's jump in with some watercolors. So these watercolors that I'm about to use are the ShinHan Art watercolors. They come in this little plastic travel set, which also has this supplementary palette with 11 mixing areas in there, should you need it. I would like it if we could... See, it's sliding around everywhere already, I knew it would. My other one, I clip on here with a magnetic clip, but obviously I can't with this. So let's see how we get on. Now, I don't have enough hands for the job, really. Let's go with the largest one. Sí, sí, sí. Muy chulo. Gracias. Start with this. Oh, I like this. This is cerulean blue. Wow, I already like that better than the Daniel Smith one. The Daniel Smith one is so grainy, but look at that. Look how nice and smooth and non-grainy that is. Loving that. Okay, I'm going to splatter that into the sky. I splattered it and then painted all over the top of it, but part of the process, huh? Okay. Oh, I love it. I really like that. It's really creamy, really juicy. Nice. Put a few in there, just get some blooms going, because I quite like the blooms. That might give the impression of clouds, is what I'm hoping. Now then, oh, I didn't bring my wristbands. Let's get some green in these trees. Another lovely green. Oh, lovely. I love the way that moves. Let's go up onto here. I don't mind if the colours bleed together. In fact, if you know me, I kind of encourage it. It's part of the fun of watercolour, is that you don't really necessarily always know what it's going to do. It's like a partnership between you and the colour. You do your thing and the watercolour does its thing. And you learn how to work together. Nice, that blue and that green, loving that. Let's try and make a grey down here with some burnt umber. Again, very nice and juicy. Wow. Oh, I'm impressed, I like it. And some ultramarine blue. Still a little on the brown side. Oh, there we go. So let's use that for the street down here. Oh, still a little bit brown. That's better. Very nice ShinHan Arts. Like it a lot. A little bit of red over here on this pavement. Pretty go for the crimson. Yeah. Ooh. Again, nice and juicy. All of these colours are between medium and high light fastness rating, by the way. I like the way that's playing together there. So if you are into light fastness stats, there you go. I'm going to splatter some of that down here, actually, quite like this. Let's take this ultramarine again up here. This is purple. Yeah, oh yeah, I'm going to get more purple than blue in there. That's nice. I'm going to use this at the top of the tower. Inside a little bit up there too. And let's make it a little bit bluer. These play together a bit. We have Now here's where I need my supplementary palette. Here we go. And, oops, see, again, things sliding around. That's my only issue so far, really. I like the colours. I don't like the sliding around. I'm using water brushes, but imagine if I was using real brushes and the water pot as well. This is nice. Maybe does this feel a little bit less pigmented than the rest, or have I just put too much water in there? Let's put a bit of yellow ochre in there. Permanent, is it permanent yellow light? Okay, let's fix this a bit more orangey. There's a couple of like orangey spots on there. Also want to try and use as many of the colours as I can. This is Viridian Green. Let's get some of that in there too, and we can use that in the trees also. It is good to keep your colours all around, like jumping around the page. It gives your eyes something to look at. Let's go back to this grey colour. Again, I wish that would just attach, so I'm not having to move it around everywhere. What about this black, this ivory black? Let's get a bit of you. Actually, I think now it's time to move to a different brush, the round brush. What colour should we have that car? Let's have it ultramarine. Aquarela.
Mira, mira, you, Chloe, mira, ahora que bueno. Estás chulo. Muy bonito.
Gracias. Wow, a lot of people stopping and talking to me lately. Got here burnt umber. Let's use that for these trees. Very nice. I'm liking the very pigmented as well. I like that. Definitely on a par with the Daniel Smith colours and the Winsor & Newton colours that I have. They're really nice. What colour is this? Oh, that's the purple. That purple's really nice. I like that. I'm going to use that as like a... Oh, the light is hidden that side. Let's get the shadows at this side. And the shadow from the car. And from the trees going this way. Nice, I like that. Let's use a bit of that red. Oh yes, that red is quite nice and thick actually. It was just overly watered down before. Okay, let's have that red for the traffic light. There's one here too. Shall I maybe just redden that bit up a bit? Oh, well that was a choice. Was it a good choice though? Maybe let's try and just... Imagine that never really happened. Put some there now to make it look like I meant to do it. I might use a bit of red in the trees. It's a complementary colour to give some shadows. And what's the complementary colour of blue? Orange, I think. So let's put that in the car. Whoa, again, a little bit overkill, a little bit over the top. It's okay. These signs are yellow. I always get really mucky yellows. Is that because I'm not patient enough, perhaps? They're white actually, but seeing as I didn't leave them white, let's make them yellow. This yellow too. Green traffic lights. Oops. Ooh, too heavy there on the wheels. Try and soak that up. Problem with these water brushes is they don't soak up as well as a real brush does. And you can get it to do what you want, but just a little bit harder. See, everything's getting a bit muddy, but that's my fault, that's not the paint's fault. Just take some cerulean blue, where is there? Use that for this parking sign. And that street sign. I want to make this stand out a little bit more. So let's try and mix a bit more of that grey colour with ultramarine blue. Oh, I think I've used every colour on there. Let's just take some of that Viridian into these leaves here. And then a bit of the red. Also. Okay. Very quick little sketch. Oh, it's very sticky when it gets on your fingers. I don't know, have I noticed that before? Sticky, sticky, sticky. So there you go. Okay, great. The colours, brilliant. Love the colours. I'm going to be taking those with me to the symposium in Toulouse. So those are great. Somebody has suggested that I put some Velcro on the back of this and also Velcro onto a clip. So I'm going to look into doing that because that would make it so much easier. And this is good, but again, just wish it would attach. Maybe I could do the Velcro thing again on the side if that, I don't know. Let's see, would it be strong enough to be Velcroed onto there? I'd have to try it out. But other than a slight portability issue with this because they're sliding around, that can be fixed. The colours, I'm loving. Look how vibrant this purple is. Lovely. Really nice. So yeah, I would recommend these paints. The palette, I'm not so sure. But the paints themselves, very nice. Lovely, vibrant, creamy. I like a creamy paint. I don't like a granulating paint. The cerulean has granulated a little bit there. But not as much as the Daniel Smith one. The Daniel Smith is really granulating, which is great if that's what you like, but I don't. I like a nice smooth colour. So I think we're going to call that done for today. Shall I just write where it is? I think I should. Okay, now I need to pop those on the floor because there's nothing else I can do with it. And this is Torre Glòries. Oh, I've left a little fingerprint there with my sticky fingers. Oh man, let's make it a real fingerprint, shall we? There we go. Good. Happy with that. Happy with those colours. We'll definitely be using them again. Nice. Just wish it came in a metal tin. So thank you for joining me on this field test. If it has been useful to you, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.